Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of Career Mode Goodness. It's good to be doing all this. I mean, there has been a lot of career mode over the last few days, but I can't wait to get some Ultimate Team stuff up as well. You know, that'll come, I believe, on the 15th or 16th, because I end up getting my good internet. Hopefully on the 15th, it'll be BT Infinity at last. You know, I've moved from the point where I could literally put the data packets on a sheet and have it run quicker than my internet speed over back in Scotland, where I think I had something like 10 down and 0.6 up, or just something really shit like that. But Infinity's coming, and I can't wait to see how all that goes. And I don't know if any of you guys have heard of it, but we might even have 1 GB internet coming to our house by the end of this month. So if that's possible, I will be so happy, and that'd just be incredible. Just think about all the videos I could upload for you guys. And as you guys can see, I had this Colombia gameplay that I had to get through, and I actually decided to simulate some of this stuff because a few of you guys just seem more interested in the Liverpool side of things, and I can kind of understand that, but it'd also just be interesting to see how well I can get on with Colombia. And I end up not doing so well with that first game against Chile, but I had a game against Argentina, and we actually end up winning 1-0, and Aguero missed a penalty in the 76th minute, and I consider myself pretty lucky there, especially to beat a side like Argentina. But as you can see, we're second in the qualifiers at 28 points, and about 6 behind Uruguay at 34. Uruguay have some quality players in them. I honestly thought Argentina and Brazil would really be up there at the top, but that obviously isn't the case at all. So I have, so that's, I believe, all of my international games done. I have Swansea, and then I have another Europa League game, and the Europa League is going to be really important for me to do well, and I feel as though it's certainly the area where if there's any cup I want to win, I want to win that one. You know, that is the one I want to do well in. Coming in 5th place will actually get me a Europa League spot for next season, so, I mean, if I can do that, that'll be great, but I'm not too sure if that'll be possible at all. We'll just have to wait and see how all that pans out, and see how the cookie crumbles. But yeah, winning the Europa League would just be amazing, especially for my first season here. It would really show that, you know, I am capable of bringing silverware back to the team, and hopefully I can do that, because I think I'm already knocked out of both domestic cups, with, yes, you know, a bit of a shame, but I suppose you can't have everything, and it would be a little bit too much to ask for if I won, you know, a domestic cup, and I got into 5th place, and I got the Europa League. So we're just gonna have to go with it, and we'll have to roll with things and see how it all pans out, like I was saying earlier. And I had a game against Swansea. Swansea are like the Barcelona of the Premier League. You know, I refer to a lot of teams in the sense that Barcelona, and I feel as though EA have 2 styles of playing football. You have the normal style of playing football, which is, you know, passing, and it all kind of just goes around as if a normal team would play. And then you have Barca style of football, and then you have Stoke style of football. And when I say Stoke, I mean route 1, you know, hoof the ball all the way up to the other end of the park and see what happens. But as you can see, we get 2 goals to make that a 2-goal lead. Really happy with that, and I figured, you know, that should be a really good way to get 3 points. You know, it would be really tough to lose 3 points from someone like this, but it didn't take long till they actually got a goal back through Michu. Michu is fantastic. The puns with Michu on Twitter is just priceless. Nice to meet you and all that sort of good stuff. And yes, Swansea were suddenly back in it. You know, they were really controlling possession. It wasn't even halftime. It was 2-1, so it was definitely back. They were back in the game, and it was just a matter of them having to find an opening and see what could happen. But De Guzman there ends up firing one past my keeper, and I'd thrown away a 2-0 lead, which is a real noob move. And as you can see, they had a 63% possession, and like I was saying, you know, they're obviously one of the teams that plays like Barcelona and just hogs onto that ball and just ball and just generates opportunity after opportunity. But later on into the game, I decided that substitutions were needed to be made, and I figured, you know, a lot of the times I don't actually show you guys the substitutions I make in game, and it led to quite a few comments like how you need to make substitutions in the game, but when really I had actually been doing that, I guess I just hadn't been showing you guys, and I feel as though that's definitely my fault. But I'm gonna do my best to try and show you guys all the substitutions that I make. And Asaidi in that last clip, the reason why I showed it was because he actually ran from inside my own half and did a bit of an arc. You know, he bent his entire run all the the way around, and unfortunately just overran it right at the last minute. But yeah, it ended up being 2-2, which, you know, it isn't the ideal score, but it isn't too bad. I really would like to pick up some 3 points against teams like that, but like I said, you know, you can't have everything. So there, I decided to scroll through a few things, show you guys some assists. Aubameyang there actually has the most assists for Liverpool, quickly followed up by Coutinho there on 7, and I expect Sturridge to eventually creep up into that, because I play a lot of 1-2 balls off Aubameyang and Sturridge, so it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to start, you know, really racking up the assists. And as you can see, red cards there. Fortunately, we don't have too many players that are gathering red cards, but as you guys can see, you know, we definitely got some top scorers through Aubameyang and Daniel Sturridge. Both are doing magnificently well for the team, and it's really just good to see that they're performing so well. Another player who is really young, and I currently have him on the sub bench. I think the way you say his name is eBay, or yeah, there you go. See, he's a striker, and I really want to start playing him, because I actually played him. What did I play him? Was it head-to-head game or something like that? And I played him, and he was just so quick, and he was really good, and I was surprised by that. Obviously, he is a very low rating, and he still has a long way to come, but I really reckon he's got a bag full of potential, and it'll be interesting to see how well he develops, because I'm going to try and get him a little bit more game time, not by saying, you know, I'm going to give him tons of game time and he's going to be starting games, but I'm going to bring him on as a substitution in the sort of 75th minute when I have a 2-goal lead or something along those lines. So, anyways, I had my game against Marseille, and early on in the 7th minute, it was actually, I believe it was Coutinho that did the fantastic dribbling, took a decent shot, and Sturridge was just there to clean up the mess, and that was actually a really nice goal. I was happy with that, although it wasn't the best finish. Obviously, it was a rebound, but the work up to it was really nice. But that was a 1-0 lead, and this was away from home, but it didn't take long till Gignac there ends up getting the equalizer there, making it 1-1, and this was just going to be a really important game for me. As you guys are well aware, away games are the most important. You have to make sure you get a goal away from home. That's probably the biggest piece of advice I can give to you guys when you play your European League. Just make sure you go out with an attacking mind, pick up a few goals, and you know, just try and keep the goal difference as small as possible. But Aubameyang there, 21 goals across all competitions. He is just doing an absolute job at Liverpool for me at the moment. And there Sturridge takes a strike, but as we have seen many times, that, you know, at least take an effort out of it. There is no harm in at least shooting to see what can happen. As you can see, there were a couple fumbled balls, and it was really loose and all just a bit of a mess, and we didn't manage to get anything to come from it, but you know, there were opportunities definitely arose. And unfortunately for Marseille, they end up giving me a penalty right on the edge of the box there. As you can see, he was just pulling him a bit too much physical contact, it appears, and I decided to step up for the penalty. I gave it to Gerrard, and he just goes and completely fucks it. Like, that is just so bad. I couldn't believe he put that away, because Gerrard, you know, he is a solid penalty taker. He's got some great stats, but it wasn't long until they gave me another penalty. And again, Marseille, you know, could you really make it much easier for me? They gave me 2 penalties. Yes, I completely messed up the first one, but I decided, Gerrard, you got to do it again, and you got to make up for what you did earlier. And the keeper actually does a great job of guessing the right way, but Gerrard's penalties are really strong if you get them on target, so it was very much an easier sort of finish for him. You know, it's rare that I miss penalties like that, especially when they're completely off target. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was fortunately given a second chance, and Gerrard definitely puts it away for me that time. 3-1 up, you know, 3 goals away from goal, away from home. That is really tough to come back from. That is really tough, and I actually feel bad for them at one point, but you know, I was still looking for goals. I was still hungry for goals, and towards the end of the game, really nerve-wracking thing as they come really close, literally inches away from scoring there to make it 3-2, and I'm enjoying having this 2-goal cushion. A really nice, as you can see, here is eBay. I actually brought him on briefly. He did a beautiful job of just getting past the defender, lays it off to Aubameyang, and Aubameyang rockets that into the back of the net, making it 4-1 away from home. I am sorry, but that is an absolute battering, and it is going to be near impossible for Marseille to come back from something like that. So really happy with that result, and overall, it's going to set up for I'm in a really strong position for the second leg, put it that way. I hope you guys have all enjoyed this episode, and if you have, then always, guys, leaving a like is very much appreciated. As you can see, Mvia is now back from injury. That is important. Martin Skrull there expressing to me that the press has been recently been beating down on him, but he wants me to give him another chance because he has actually had some quite poor form, but I want to give him another chance because I know he is a really good centre back. So, guys, like I said, if you could leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. And like I said earlier, Ultimate Team videos coming hopefully on Saturday-ish. And I want to say a huge good luck to both Arsenal and Bayern Munich fans, because tonight is going to be one hell of an epic game. I'll see you guys on in a little bit. Bye-bye.